Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday night, February. See, I'm so mixed up. It's Wednesday night, January the 31st. We are about 45 minutes away from February 1st, but it's Wednesday night, January the 31st. Welcome. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I had to call an audible tonight because, as you guys know, I was planning to do my semi-monthly or bi-weekly, whichever way you want to look at it, my twice a month member stream tonight. And then the news broke earlier today, of course, about the big trade. And then, basically what I want to do is rather than do my members tonight, let's do this big stream tonight, and then I'll move the members live stream to tomorrow night. Now, there might be more breaking news. Something crazy might happen at the NHL draft, but I think we'll be safe in doing the members stream tomorrow night. So thank you, members, for understanding. But most of you, as members, you come to these shows no matter what night they're on. So thank you for being here. So let's get started. I know there's a lot of excitement in the chat. For those of you that were at Canucks After Dark, that was our biggest show ever. 395 people at its peak. We had a lot of excitement happening in the chat. I'm just keeping an eye on to see who's coming in the chat tonight, but it's okay. No matter who's here, I am happy that you are here. So let me do all my intro, then let me set up the show, and then we will go from there. So moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support as always. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Richmond, Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or better, all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So whether you're watching on Instagram, there's actually a lot of people watching on Instagram tonight, and especially for the person who asked for the slow-mo thumbs up, this is for you. I usually don't do requests, but just for you. That's how I'm feeling tonight. That was just for you. But I usually on Instagram, I don't see your comments. So if you're on Instagram watching, thank you. But get over to YouTube so your comments do feed into my streaming app. I just happened to see that one when I looked over. If you're watching on Facebook, welcome as well. And of course, for everyone watching on YouTube, my home base, so to speak, I appreciate you. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe so you can get active in the chat section and get notified of my videos every day. You can like the video. There's already 100 of you in here, 100 of you, and I'm 3 minutes into my show. So I can tell that this is going to be a big show. So like the video, like the fact that we are together, like the fact that Patrick Elvine got an extension, and then like the fact that 6-8 hours later, he pulled off a massive trade that we are obviously going to dissect a little bit. So subscribe, like the video. You can leave a donation like Lucas has done. We'll get to that in a second. You can gift a membership like Adam has done. Thank you. We'll get to that in a second. You can use your monthly membership message like Justin Credible has just done. I'll get to that in a second. So many ways that you can show your not appreciation, that show your support is a much better way of putting it. You can also buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So this is what I'd like to do for tonight. If you're at Canucks After Dark, and I recognize that many of you were, but not everyone was, I think what I'm going to do, in contrast to what Parker and I just did at Canucks After Dark, I'm only going to talk about the trade for, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes max. I'll cut myself out. I have a little timer on my screen. So by 20 minutes in the stream, I'm going to stop talking. I'll do my mid-show sponsor read. And then Mike Wong wants a slow-mo. I'll do it when I'm talking. I'll do my mid-show sponsor read. And then I will then go to all of you in the chat for your comments and your questions about this trade. So I won't break it down as in depth as we did on Canucks After Dark, because we just did that for an hour, but I will give you the basics, the key things that you need to know, and then we will turn it over to all of you. But before we do that, let's recognize a few people that have gone out of their way with their generosity. We start, my goal horn sounds sick. We start with legendary Lucas Gates. Thank you for the donation. The chef is the chef. You know, I saw chief and then I tried to catch it before I finished saying it, but no, the chef is cooking up some major deals. Patrick Alvin, welcome Lindholm, like, sub, become a member more. Good times are here again. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Lucas, for your generous donation. Always appreciate you and appreciate you always being here and how generous you are. Then we have Adam coming through. Adam gifts 1 franchise membership, and it goes to Ricky. Welcome back to membership, Ricky, and thank you, Adam, for your generosity. And then we also have Hall of Fame member Justin Credible using his monthly membership message. That horn is cranking tonight. I thought the no trade clause would have nixed the trade, but I guess Alvin told Kuzi that Calgary is a Canadian version of Bali. And the rest was history. Welcome, Elias. WWE stands for Walk with Elias. If you know, you know. Yeah, I definitely know that. That is awesome. And thank you for being a member for 3 years. Just incredible. Pretty impressive. Let's break down this trade, you guys. Let's break down now. No more requests for the slow-mo double thumbs up. And before we get going, one more, got to recognize this, of course, from Drum Inc. A $7 donation from Drum Inc. Thank you very much. Love that avatar too. Not sure who that is, but looking very cute. So thank you everyone for your generosity. Let's give Drum Inc. some love in the chat. Justin some love. Adam and Lucas. Let's give all of them some love in the chat for sure. Oh, where do I begin? Okay. I'm going to limit myself to 12 and a half minutes. So by 20 minutes in, I will be done, and then I will recognize any other donations or membership messages that come in during those 20 minutes. And then we'll go to all of you, because I want to make sure that you have a lot of time. By the way, I have not reread the chats from the live stream show last night. I'm so grateful that Trevor Lai came over, designer of the Boomy franchise, and of course the Lunar New Year jerseys. And it was awesome. He came to my house at 11 o'clock at night. It wasn't, no, let's do it online or let's do it over Zoom or StreamYard. He asked for my address and he came over here at 11. And that meant a lot to me. So I'm not sure if Trevor's watching this. We've been trading messages. He was in the air right now. So very grateful for Trevor and his generosity last night. And I hope you guys really enjoyed that chat. We were actually talking to a very creative genius last night. So I hope you guys appreciate it, because I know I certainly did. One more, we'll acknowledge this one, and then I'll get going, and then I'll acknowledge the rest at the end. But Alfred comes in. Alfred says, choo-choo, hey, boy. Do we look like cup contenders now? Bring home the cup. I love it all. Let's give Alfred some love in the chat. And yes, I see all your comments complimenting Trevor, which is great. Thank you. And I haven't read the live stream chat replay yet, so I know there's a bunch of jokes about Jason and his clout chasing, so I'll make sure that I get to it later. Okay, friends, let's get going. The day started off with the announcement that GM Patrick Alvin has been extended for another 3 years, matching the term of president of hockey operations Jim Rutherford. Don't have to talk too much about it right now, aside from you guys know how much I think Alvin has, well, we all have seen the way Alvin has turned around this team, shaped the roster to where he wants it to be, adding depth all over the place, forwards, defensemen, goaltenders, and we see the results. So it's because of those results. It's because of those results that we get to what happened today. And the news broke around between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. I won't give you the whole song and dance, but I was at church because it's Wednesday night. I run religious education for 110 kids, meet with their families. I ran a meeting for First Communion today. And then I basically had to excuse myself as all the teachers were arriving and going to their classrooms to set up. And hold on. And I locked myself in a room and I recorded a quick 3 to 4 minute vlog. Probably didn't do it justice, but my priority was as much as I love vlogging, my priority was all those people in the church. So we know what the trade breaks down to. We know what the trade breaks down to. And basically it's Elias Lindholm, center from the Calgary Flames, for 5 assets. Andrei Kuzmenko, Hunter Bushevich, Yoni Yormo, a first-round draft pick, and a fourth-round draft pick that could become a third-round draft pick. So let me talk for 1 minute each on each of these elements, and then I'll do a 2-minute summary, 2 or 3 minute summary, and then I will do my mid-show sponsor read and acknowledge the new donations and stuff like that. All right, let's go. By memory, Elias Lindholm, 29 years old, played Carolina, Calgary. Last year of a contract that pays him $4.85 million. Second line center, had 82 points 2 years ago playing with Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau. 62 points or 63 points playing with Tyler Toffoli last year. This year on pace for about 50 points playing with Sharangovich and Huberdeau. So you can see the quality of his wingers has kind of gone down every year. This guy, what is he? He checks off so many boxes for the Vancouver Canucks. Right shot center, 55% in the faceoff dot, can play on the power play, can play on the penalty kill. Not so much a creator. He needs other guys to help create so he can finish, even though he's Swedish. See what I did there? But so he's not going to be the biggest playmaker. You don't want Lindholm as the one carrying the puck. You want him setting up to score. And that's why he's had 42 goals, 29 goals. So it's not all memory now. I'm looking at a couple things. So that's Elias Lindholm, but basically he checks off 4 major boxes for the Vancouver Canucks. Penalty kill, power play, right shot center, good at faceoffs. Here's the catch. There's no guarantee that he's going to sign with us after the season. He's a UFA. They haven't talked extension. So obviously we've seen these go both ways. Sometimes a rental, so to speak, loves the team he goes to. Other times he does his thing, does his best to win a cup, and successful or not, moves on to greener pastures. We know the Canucks have to pay Pettersson, they have to pay Hronek, and now we'll see what happens with Elias Lindholm. So that's who the Canucks get. Instantly makes our team a lot stronger. You play him on with PD if you split up the auto line or have him center his own line. Yeah, he's got a great shot. Thank you. So that's about Elias Lindholm. And I'm not selling him short. I just want to make sure I keep this moving so I get to all of you. Andrei Kuzmenko. We know that he had a fabulous year last year. He picked the Vancouver Canucks over every other team. Then he signed a 2-year contract worth $5.5 million each. So we're trading away 5.5, bringing in 4.85. We're technically gaining $650,000 on this year's salary cap. We know he's healthy scratched about 5 or 6 times already this season. He only has 8 or 9 goals this season, and worries about his defensive play and his overall effort sometimes. We knew that he was not Rick Tocchet's favorite player, and that was a lot of money to be sitting on the bench on those nights. And we do know that he had a 12-team no trade clause. He had to be convinced to, or at least, persuaded to, because Calgary was one of those 12 teams. He said, I don't want to be traded to them, but he said, okay, I'll go to Calgary. So it might, apparently he talked to the GM, he talked to the coach. I'm sure it's all about opportunity there, a chance to build himself up again. And as I mentioned to Parker, maybe a small hint of, I want to do the Canucks a solid too, and I'm not going to block the path of this trade. I think that was a bit of a smaller factor, but maybe it was, I'd like to think it was there as well. Very popular here. Smile, contagious, that controversy with the Pride jersey last year, but overall, very, very popular player. So he's the main piece going over to Calgary. Then you have our 2023 third round draft pick, Hunter Brustevich, a 19-year-old from the United States, playing very well this year in the OHL. In fact, he has 69 points in 47 games. Right shot defenseman, good skater. So he is playing very well right now. So you could argue that the Canucks sold high on Hunter Brustevich. There are high hopes for him here. I think he was more of a surprise actually than high hopes. A lot of high hopes though, and a surprise. And the Canucks did well. At least maybe this is me, my way of justifying the trade. Did well in selling high on him. His ceiling is probably a second pairing defenseman. His floor could be not even making it to the NHL. Shades of Jack Rathbone a little bit, but we'll see what happens here with Hunter Brustevich. Then you have Joni Jormo, also a third round draft pick, but this is from 2020. And we didn't have a first or second round pick that season. So he was our first pick of the draft in 2020, a very weak draft. Of course, that was under Jim Benning. And we don't have to say too much about Joni Jormo, quite frankly, because we simply don't expect him to be a difference maker at the NHL level. He's kind of toiled in some pro leagues in Finland and hasn't really done that much in them. But if you look up his picture, he looks a lot like Brock Besser. Then there's 2 draft picks. The first round draft pick in the year 2024. If the Canucks if they make it to the conference finals, it'll be one of the 4 last picks of the round, 29th, 30th, 31st, or 31st or 32nd. If they don't make it to the conference finals, then they're ranked in reverse order of standings for the 28 teams, I should say. So basically, I think this pick will be somewhere in the 28 to 32 range. And people have said, maybe again, justifying the trade, people have said that there's a drop off in this year's draft, especially once you get past, into the mid 20s. So you never know. Some first round draft picks, some late picks work out well, but odds are that it certainly won't be a lottery pick. But there is cachet to having a first round pick. So I don't know. Is it bad to say that we hope that he doesn't ever work out? And then finally, it's a conditional 4th round pick in the 2024 draft. What's the condition? If the Canucks make it to the Western Conference final, i.e. they're one of the final 4, that 4th round pick becomes a 3rd round pick. But as I said on Canucks Up Start with Parker, we don't care that it goes up 30 picks in the draft if that means we have a 1 in 4 shot of making the Stanley Cup finals, all things being equal. So there's the trade. Lindholm on one side. Why did I put 5 fingers? Lindholm on one side for Kuzmenko, Brustevich, Jormo, 1st round pick, 4th round pick that could become a 3rd round pick. Yes, you see 5 fingers on this hand and only 1 finger on this hand. Thankfully, it's the proper finger. Did the Canucks win the trade? Well, it's way too early to say. A lot of people subscribe to the fact that whoever gets the best player in the trade usually wins the trade. I guess you think that in short term, because I think that's the key here. You look at salary, you look at draft picks, you look at prospects, you look at all these things. And obviously the Canucks make this trade to win now. As I said on Twitter, on X, you can't spell Alvin without all in. The Canucks have basically put their foot in the sand, drawn a line in that sand, made sure that that line didn't get covered up by someone else on the sand. And they've said, we are going to try and win the Stanley Cup right now. And Elias Lindholm makes our team that much better. Off of this current team, you only lose Andrei Kuzmenko and then 4 future pieces that may or may not ever work out. So if you're a Vancouver Canucks fan, I think you're happy if you remember that what this trade is what the intention is. And that's to make us stronger right now, gear up for a playoff run right now. We get Elias Lindholm on January 31st instead of March 8th, the trade deadline. So that's 5 weeks that we have him in our lineup, 5 weeks to build chemistry, 5 weeks to maybe convince him to stay in Vancouver. There's other thought. Does Elias Lindholm coming here make Elias Pettersson more likely to sign here because they have great chemistry as the 2 Eliases from Sweden? And that's even before DPD comes over, makes it 3 Eliases. So that's another thing. So there's the fact that his contract ends this year, whereas Kuzmenko ends next year. So that's $5.5 million that we were going to have on our books next year that are freed up. Now, if Lindholm doesn't re-sign with us, he's truly a rental. I have time for the argument that was a big price to pay, 5 assets, but I still come back to the fact, rental or not, that we got the best player and a player that's going to have an impact on our team right now for this playoff run. Calgary's not going to make the playoffs. Vancouver's fighting for first overall. There's a big difference in MO here. I think that's what we really got to remember. And finally, I think the other thing I want to say is you have to give up quality to get quality. And we obviously got a quality player in Lindholm and Kuzmenko. There's potential. Bruce Davidge, there's potential. The first round draft pick, it's a crapshoot. There's potential, but you have to be able to be willing to make these type of trades. And Patrick Allvin has never lost a trade since he's been here. He's never been fleeced for sure. And I don't think it's going to start right now. So those are my thoughts about this trade. I want to get to all of yours, but not yet. Let me do my mid-show sponsor read first. Let me acknowledge your generosity first. Then let me do my mid-show sponsor read. And then I will. Thank you, Jising. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try and be rational, but obviously I'm a Canucks fan at heart and I want the team to do well, but I appreciate that. So let me acknowledge a couple things, do my mid-show sponsor read, and then we'll have time for all of your questions and comments. So I got to Alfred, then Lucas came in with another donation. Lucas says, wait a minute. After talking to Trevor, you have another jersey designer in the chat. Clay, wink, wink. Yes, I know you're very talented that way. I know there are many talented people that way. So thank you, Lucas. And thank you very much for the donation. Oh, and then we have, this is a new name, at least to me. Ice Rink Insight with a $7 donation. Thank you. Sad to see Kuzi go. I really liked him, and it seemed like you really liked the Canucks. Hopefully he comes back one day. You never know. Yeah, you certainly never know because he'll be a UFA in a season and a half. Thank you, Ice Rink Insight. So let's give Ice Rink Insight and Lucas some well-deserved love in the chat. Thanks to both of you. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team and all of his clout for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Check them out at ptforum.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the URL, tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Don't forget that tomorrow is a members live stream. That will be at 11 p.m. If you're looking for Canucks tickets, email me at canuckclay@gmail.com. You'll notice I didn't promote the Vegas trip. Today's supposed to be the deadline. I think Neal's out of town though, so I'm not sure for those of you that are going on the trip, if he's been communicating with you. I think he's overseas right now, but so I'm not sure if we're still supposed to sell more packages. If we are, then I'll get back to it as soon as he tells me to. But we're gearing up for that Vegas trip at the start of April. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe so you get active in the chat section and get my videos, notified of my videos every day. Like the video. There's 150 of you in here. We are at 52 likes. Not bad. Let's try and get that up to 75. You guys know how much I love that 50% rule. All it takes is for all you guys to press the like button at the exact same time. Let's all do it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let's see if they go up. You can leave donations like many of you have already. Thank you. You can gift memberships. You can use your monthly membership message. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So 162 of you in here. And I think if I try to read comments, it would be absolutely crazy. But I've kind of talked to you about what I think about the trade. No, you know what? Let's do this. Let's okay, let's go questions. I can't believe I can't even figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'll do questions for sure, and I'll try and get to comments as much as I can. What do I think the lines will look like, Clay? It's either going to be Lotto line, Lindholm, Suter. If it's Lotto line together, then it'll be Lindholm, Suter, Mikheyev, Joshua, Bluger, Garland, Höglander, Oman, Lafferty. I would be open to something like Miller, Besser, and Mikheyev or Suter, and then Hoglander and Pedersen with Lindholm, the three Swedes together. Joshua Bluger Garland, and then it'll be Amon Lafferty and whoever you don't use of Suter or Mikheyev. That's a fourth line guy, though. I'm not sure. So those are two ways that they could go. I have no clue what number Lindholm is gonna wear. No clue, actually. I don't know what significance he has or whatever. Taylor, good luck in your jaw surgery. I saw that for sure. Do we pay through the nose for a 29-year-old whose production has been nosediving for 2 seasons? Well, remember 2 years ago, he played with some really good players. No, that's fair, Jason. I do not share that because of what I just explained. If you're looking at the intentions and where these teams are in their trajectory, I think it's okay. Ricky, Canucks dodge a huge bullet. They didn't give up anything substantial, meaning they didn't give up any more of their important prospects. Oh, yes, that's what I was going to say. We still have Lekaramaki. We still have Willander. We still have DPD, which are the 3 biggest assets for sure. What do you see the lineup be? Hey, Harry, I just mentioned that. Thank you. Boone Jenner or Peak or Bean or Boquist. Yeah, they got a lot of defensemen there for sure. Yeah, I saw someone else say that. Maybe that was you, Daniel, as well. So there's a Neal's Pedersen. So we can have Pedersens. We can have 3 Neals, 3 Eliases, 2 Eliases. Do you think the Canucks will pull a quick one and trade Zadorov for Tanev? No, I don't think they're going to go. I don't think Calgary would do that 1-for-1. They're both free agents, UFAs. But Zadorov, we got for not that much, relatively speaking, a couple mid-round picks. I think Tanev, they wanted a first, didn't they? Is trading the future going to help this team in the future with Lindholm hopefully staying? Potential anchor contract that got PLD and team. Yeah, I don't know. I trust Alvin for sure. But that's a good point. That's a very good point. What team would you not want to meet in the playoffs? Not want to meet on the Western side. I think Edmonton's going to be tricky, and I think Colorado will be fun but tricky. Target next, CV. I don't know. They could go big and go after a guy like Tanev, but I think they're going to kind of work around the edges for depth forwards now. I really do. I do like the trade indeed. Shannon does not like the trades, and Mrs. Kuzmenko likes Kuzmenko. Do you think Mikheyev could have been added, especially to get Tanev back? Yeah, but then you're getting a lot shallower on in your forwards though. April 5th, that's cool. Yeah, I think power play 1's going to be even better now as soon as he knows what's going on. Hope Talkett and future line mates get a Lindholm preview during the All-Star game. Hunter B could end up not being good. He's 20 in November, playing with 17, 18-year-olds. He doesn't fit the age group of the Canucks team. We sold high. Time will tell. That's a very good, mature way of looking at it, and I think that's a fair way of looking at it. Yeah, Naveen, great point. We not just Vancouver fans, all fans get attached to their players, but you have to give up quality to get quality. Yeah, I don't think he's going to wear 28 given what happened earlier with Cole and Bourdon. D-Tran, good question. Ask the people in the chat. For those of you that love Tanev, tell us why. He's a warrior. He's solid. He rarely makes mistakes, and we loved him here. Conference final, or this is a bad trade? Daniel, I think depth forwards. Do you think there's a possibility they realize EP doesn't want to stay? They could trade him and pivot to extending Lindholm for a few years. Yeah. That's not out of the realm possibility. I think that's a logical take. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's logical for sure. Would they try Lindholm with Besser and Miller? Yeah, Lindholm's mostly played at center. So, yeah, why not? And then who that leaves? That leaves Petey Mikheyev. And yeah, no, I think they're going to try Lindholm with, just like Miller can play wing or center, so can Petey. So I would try Lindholm with Petey. Let's give some love to Jordan with the donation. Thank you for the donation, Jordan. $2 says, personally thought we overpaid. Push for Cup now. That's fair. And yes, push for Cup now. So Fillmore, did I answer your question, Fillmore? Or do I have to check it again? Let me see. Okay, that's fine. I did answer it. Lindholm wore 16 with the Hurricanes and 20 with the Flames. Ah, okay. Still got to sign Lindholm. Who gets injured every other week? Lindholm has lost so many good players around him. Now he plays with junk people. He'll definitely upswing right away. Calling hat trick in one week after the All-Star is nice. Yeah, I'm not sure though, honestly, how much chemistry Kuzmenko had because he only played with Mikheyev and PD or the fourth line, and he was in and out of the lineup quite a bit. Hey, Seattle, it's nice to see you. You're right. The Canucks don't have a first or second. That's true. Next move is depth forward. Does Vancouver just make depth moves given their draft picks? Yeah, David, that's what I mean. I think so. Jordan says stay put. Deadline is March 8th, Carol. Phil Kessel, depth forward. Yeah. You could probably get him for $1 million or $1.2 million, maybe. Duclair, you're not the first person who said that, actually. Jordan thinks we don't need Tanev right now. I miss Kuzmenko's $5.5 million cap hit. Bonus of the deal is early. There's time for him to get. Sorry. The bonus of doing this deal early is there's time for him to get. I think we're missing a word there, but get acclimated, get comfortable. It's the JR way. Mock trade Zadorov and Mikheyev and Podkolzin for a 2025 first for Eriksson Ek. Nope. No Russian, all Swedish. Oh, yeah. All the Russians for. I'll pass on that one, James. Do I think they need more grit? No, I think they showed in some of the recent games that they are tough enough between Cole and Zadorov and Miller and Lafferty and Höglander, Joshua. I think they're okay. Phil Kessel, we just want him to snipe and eat hot dogs. Mick, Kev, and a fourth for Heinen. Too much. Flames want a first rounder for Tanev. Do you think Ian Cole and a first rounder will be enough to get Tanev back? Cole and a first rounder for Tanev. I actually think that would be enough. Calgary gets a first rounder and they save a couple millions in cap because Cole becomes a UFA as well. But I don't think the Canucks will do that because you're losing a key piece on the blue line. It's a good question. Lindholm wore 16. Thank you. I'd be shocked if Lindholm signs an extension. We'll see. Maybe he really likes it here. Tanev block shots with his face. If you had to sign either Zadorov or Elias Lindholm, I presume, who would you keep and who would you trade? I've been hearing Big Z might be traded. Yeah. He's going to be an expensive third pairing guy, but I guess we said that about Myers. Zadorov would be cheaper, but I think Lindholm is a bigger difference maker. Daniel, I'll predict the 5-game road trip after the All-Star weekend, if that's okay. Yeah, Thunder, I don't know if we're going to get a D-man because we're not like amazing there, but we're pretty deep there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Rick Tocchet loves Juleson. Yeah, Tanner's the only player from the 21 team. True. 2011 team. Monahan, yeah, he'd be okay. Podkolzin is better than Mikheyev. Time to beat Boston. Will Lindholm play when the teams get back on February 6th? I don't think he'll have to wait because they'll have a few practices in before that. Don't think we need to get another D. I agree. Chemistry is tricky, but I don't think you're losing much. I heard that Lindholm wants $8 to $9 million. That's a lot. I heard Conway say this is the best deal they got after asking around. I think Colorado and Boston were caught off guard. Yeah, I don't know. Were they in the mix? And what were they offering? Do you know what they're offering, Ernest? Lindholm, PD, and Mikheyev? Maybe. Yep. So Sedins get rings for working for the team. Well, let's win the cup first. Provorov's okay. I don't know. Who's our Higgins and Lapierre? I think that's Joshua and Lafferty. Maybe. Yeah, Adrian, I'm not sure if you heard what I said. He is a right shot face-off guy Great defensively. He's been talked in Selke conversations before. 55% of the faceoff, can play on the power play, can play on the penalty kill. And he's not the best setup guy, but he's a good finisher. Why didn't they just wait for the trade deadline and sign Lindholm to a contract? Because there's no guarantee we were going to get him. And they obviously, I don't think you mean to wait to the trade deadline. That means you still have to trade him. He's not a free agent until July 1st. You told me you're the Canucks were first in the league and traded for 1C, 2C. I would not have believed you. Yeah, ditto. Bruce, we've been around a long time. What are the chances to get to Foley to get in that top tier teams like Colorado? Man, Sonny, I'd argue, I know no playoff success yet, but I'd argue we are in that top tier right now. We're number one in the league. 19 is, no, Naslin's number is retired. Back-to-back trades after beating the Blue Jackets 2023 and this year. Is that true? It was after a Blue Jackets win or a game? Will we see pods? Not yet, I don't think. Not until an injury. Deadline day is March 8th. To get Tanev, well, they want a first-round pick, and I don't want to do it. I know that. Kessel will be a playoff game warrior. What do you think Bo Horvat is thinking? I'm not sure. I'm sure he's wishing he was number one in the league, though. Top 5 in goals against, and people want to shake up our defense. I think it's more they want to get depth, D-Tran, as opposed to shake it up. There we go. Lindholm was a Selke finalist. We are getting legit 2C that wins faceoff. His game is similar to Bergeron or Kessler. I'll take that. Got to get in. I agree. Play Susie and LTR, trade for Boone Jenner. Ivan Provorov. Jenner is a perfect player. Give Columbus a high-end prospect. Who cares? Go for it. Yeah, but then Susie's got to come off LTR. Do we still have enough money for that? Gensel. I think the Rangers and Kako goes to Pittsburgh. Interesting. I don't know about that one. Jake Gensel. Yeah. He's going to be expensive too. 6 players and a coach at the All-Star game. I don't know. Honestly, the Canucks could have got better deals from Ottawa or Columbus. I really don't know. I don't know what they're offering and who they're going after. That's true, Garrett. I would love 8 to 9 AAV. I'd love to 8 to 9,000 AAV. Expect Canucks to make big deals at the end of January. That's true. Bo Horvat last year. Canucks aren't done making moves. Tarasenko. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want Tarasenko, though. Bring Tanev back, says Thomas. In 2006, JR made a bold move over a month until the deadline, trading 3 players and 3 picks for Doug Waite. Canes went on to win the cup, plan the parade. My kids were actually talking about the parade route at dinner time today, Justin. With Petey Hronik and potentially Lindholm, do we even have enough cap space to execute? We do, because a lot of UFAs are coming off the books, but also OEL's penalty goes up by $2 million too. It's gonna be tricky. Not a fan of the trade. Got one more asset. You don't mean Dylan Dubé, right? Do you mean Calgary? And we don't want Dubé. Dubé's not playing anymore. He's a part of that Hockey Canada scandal. Or not scandal, the Hockey Canada investigation. Sorry, criminal investigation now. Naveen likes Boone Jenner. Nux trade Tanev for a year supply of Pepsi. I want the Pepsi. Brett Pesci. Alvin has to be covert agent because he's absolutely stealth. Call of Duty or Halo. Do I think we overpaid for Lindholm? I think we paid a lot, but I'm not going to go as far as to say overpay yet, Pardeep. Naveen says, go for it. Get Jenner. No, I just drink whatever's in the house, Trev. No Toffoli, please. What jersey does he wear? Flames or Canucks? Yeah, it's weird, right? Because he's representing Calgary there. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. Because Horvat technically went in as a Canuck, but he wore Islanders gear, right? Because they're not doing it by divisions. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, that Calgary game is going to be fun here for sure. How would I rate JR, Alvin, and Tocchet? I'll give Tocchet an A, and I'll give Alvin and JR A minuses. Like I can't give them anything less than A's, quite frankly. Okay, here's a suggestion: Petey Lindholm, Mikheyev, Suter, Miller, Besser, Joshua Blue Garland. Yeah, I could see that in the Hall line. Oh, no cap in the playoffs. Oh, but you got to get there. You got to get there either by hook or by crook. I hear what you're saying. By the end of the season, I expect the Canucks to be 30 games over 500, so 112 points. Boston, Avs, and Rangers want him as well. Oh, that's good to know. We'll see, Coach Rob. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Would I trade next year's first? We don't have it. Oh, do you mean 2025 for Gensel? No, I don't think you can go 2 consecutive years without a first-round draft pick. Yeah, I think they keep Zadorov but they might not re-sign him. Would I be surprised if the Canucks don't make any more moves? Yeah, I think they still got a couple more in them. Prince Rupert to Prince George and South to Hope. Wow, then west of Stanley Park. It's a long parade. Rep Vancouver, I think Horvat ripped Anders, but played for Pacific, but since this year's draft was random, the division thing doesn't matter. I agree with that. Cap's going up by $4 million or so. Canuck Clay wants all the Pepsi. Doesn't mean he can get it. A lot of line only plays together in desperate situations. It's nice to go to it. Yeah, I'm not sure, Dave, if I've seen that everybody hates the trade. I've seen a lot of mixed. How many goals do you think Kuzi and Lindholm will each score with their team for the rest of the season? In 33 games, let's give Lindholm 15 goals, and let's give Kuzi 12. I don't know. Overnight stay in Prince George. Dave's ready to see Lindholm excel. Represent Vancouver because they go with the current team. Which Canucks player will likely re-sign and stay on the team and players not re-sign? Harry, I think I've answered this from you before. I expect Joshua to come back. I don't expect Lafferty, Cole, DeSmith to come back. I know I'm missing a couple guys too. No more sacrificing firsts. Pullman will not play this season, pretty sure. I do not think Hoglander will get traded. Rob watching from Facebook. Nothing worse than trading picks and prospects for glorified rentals. Are you saying that's the case here, Fillmore, or are you just warning against it? Will Lindholm start the road trip in Carolina? I sure hope so. How many Mustangs clients? I think this is the only one that's going to be traded, honestly. Any memorable interactions with Kuzi? No, because I didn't do the Dyson Ice nor the Milford tournament this year. So actually I've never met Kuzi one-on-one. Yeah, so I can't really say. Friends, this is awesome, but it's midnight and I do got to get a bit of work done before tomorrow. So thank you for being here. That was a very fast 45 minutes. And I really appreciate all of you coming on a very, very big news day. So don't forget, tomorrow I am doing members only. So if you're a member, I will see you tomorrow night at 11 p.m. And then, we will reconvene over the weekend, I guess on the Sunday. And then I'll mention this tomorrow too, but Hall of Fame and Legends, we have our group Zoom call on Sunday night. So everyone, especially members, look for links on my community page. And unless something crazy happens, we will make it a member stream for tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Shout out to all of you, especially to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, for liking, and subscribing. Also, going over and above, or above and beyond, or any of those prepositions you want to use. Lucas with a donation. Adam gifting a membership. Justin using a monthly membership message. Drum Inc. with a super sticker. Alfred with a donation. Lucas with another donation. Ice Rink with a donation. And Jordan with a donation. Thanks to all of you for your generosity. On your way out, you can subscribe, you can like the video, you can leave a late donation, you can gift a membership, you can upgrade your own membership, buy your own membership. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate and Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. So once again, thank you everyone. A big day in the Canucks land starts with Patrick Alvin's extension, ends with a big trade for Elias Lindholm, and we'll see what tomorrow has in store. It's the All-Star Draft. Skills is on Friday. All-Star Game is on Saturday. You guys are awesome. Thank you, everyone. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Speaking of the 8 to 9 million that we talked about, not sure if I told you that last week a guy broke into my house and he was looking for money. So I got up and I looked with him. God bless and go Canucks go. Booyah.